Time to get started. Today, we are going to learn how to work with the universe. Alright, so let me get started here, okay? Holy Spirit, angels of the highest white light, come and give me the guidance that I need to teach everyone about how to work with the universe. Hello, everyone. I know it's particularly bright. It's hurting my eyes quite a bit. But I'm not gonna wear my sunglasses indoors. I don't know why, but that's just really weird. So, okay, today we're gonna be learning about how to work with the universe. Okay, so the universe isn't some thing that is separate from you. Okay, the universe is a part of you. You are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you. With that being said, you have so much more control over your life and your future and your path in life, your destiny. You have so much more control over who you are and what you do in life once you start to realize that you are part of the universe and the universe is a part of you. So, with that being said, if you were to see yourself from good luck, separate from fame, separate from fortune, then slowly you would actually have less and less of these things. But if you believe that you are one with fame, fortune, and all these great things, sorry, I'm trying to say this the right way, but if you start to realize that you are a part of fame, you are a part of fortune, you are a part of glory, you are a part of happiness, then you are one with it. And if you see yourself as one with it, then you'll start to find happiness, joy, peace, abundance, fame, fortune, all of that. And that's the mindset that one needs to work with the universe. And working with the universe is also having to remind yourself that you need to see the bigger picture. Okay, so if whatever it is that you're trying to do within the universe's energy, if you are trying to do a specific thing that, maybe it's on a small scale, it's just for you, I would say that that's difficult because the universe works on a bigger scale. So say you want something, okay? When you desire something and you want the universe to work with you, it's really your mission to just be like, this needs to be on a bigger scale. It can't just be good for me. It has to be good for everyone else involved. And when you start thinking on a larger, grander scale like that, you will actually get far more good results than whatever it is that say maybe it's something very small. I'm not saying you can't ask for small things when it comes to the universe, but if the way to start working with it is to work on a grand scale. And with this grand scale, it's going to be very easy for you to see, when you see the bigger picture and how everything works for everyone, it actually helps in the sense that the universe already works with you, okay, on a grand scale. And so once you start thinking on a grand scale, you start attaining things on a grand scale. So it's almost like when you start putting in the effort to try to make it something that benefits everyone else, it will actually benefit you twice as much. It's a strange way to work with things, but it's you give what you get in life. And so it's a part of that. And I actually really, really like that, because then it's like, well, if I put on a lot of hard work, then I get a lot of good things back. And if I don't do anything, then, you know, maybe I don't expand further. And it's not that, you know, some people put blocks on themselves for whatever reason. You know, maybe it's too much. Maybe there's, you know, they want something very specific, but it's not really meant to be. Because the universe, it has its own timing. Thank you. It has its own timing. Okay, because maybe it is meant to be, but not at that particular moment. Thank you. And there's particular things that we need to do as people in order to achieve that state. So once we get there, once we actually do the work necessary that we need to do, then we can get to the next level. It's just like a game. Okay, we love video games. I mean, I honestly get tired of them really quick, but I love playing them. Okay, I love, you know, getting higher and higher and higher and getting better and better and better. And I like doing that in real life too, you know, and I would say that I burn out on that a lot less, but maybe that's why I can't play so many video games as I want. But, you know, that's the trade-off. You have to see the bigger picture, and then you can work with the universe, and then you can get to play all the video games you want. Okay? Because I think there was like 2 freaking weeks where I played Pokemon Ruby. Oh no, what was the new one? The one where they're in Italy? It's like so cute. I got a Kittymon. What was his? It was a Togetito. Fuck. No, that's not it. It was basically I stayed and I played Scarlet. I played Scarlet, Pokemon Scarlet for like 2 weeks, and I beat it, and I was like so happy. I just enjoyed playing it, and then I just like stopped playing games for like altogether. But I had a lot of fun doing it, so it's like, you know, I feel like that, but I didn't do the things I needed to do. Like, then I had to do a lot of laundry. After that, I had a lot of laundry to do. So, I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to put in the time and the effort into doing specific things so that you can spend like 2 weeks. You know, I had to do 2 weeks worth of laundry in order to spend 2 weeks playing, you know, video games. I had to do a lot of shopping too. So I had to prepare, you know, and that's seeing the bigger picture. That's seeing the bigger picture. If I'm going to do a hardcore gamer session, I got to make sure that I got food, that I got water, that I got clean clothes to change into, that I still go to the gym. I got to do all these other little things for myself in order to play video games for 2 freaking weeks. Now, luckily I'm not playing one of those, like, WoW video games, or I'd be screwed. Seriously. But, yeah, it was no live action gaming for me. So, yeah, I mean, that's how it has to kind of be, in a sense, is that we gotta see the bigger picture. Okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, then da-da-da-da. So when we make plans to work with the universe, we gotta do that as well, okay? We gotta plan for whatever it is that we want. That's the work. That's the effort. And it's not even just planning. There's always usually something within us that is keeping us, or like people that we're still dealing with that are keeping us back, that are holding us back, that are keeping us from moving forward when it comes to, you know, whether it's like friendships, relationships, being able to get along with friends and family. If there's somebody, you know, that they see you happy and they try and push your buttons, you don't really want somebody like that in your life. You know, you want to dismiss them kindly and just be moving on, you know, just don't focus on another person, basically. And once you get to that level of like just really focusing on yourself and working with the universe, you can start to see that, okay? When you work with the universe, you're supposed to see angelic numbers, okay? Angelic numbers is basically like God and the universe telling you you're on your right path. People will see like repeating numbers, 222, 111, 444. A lot of these have specific meanings and blah blah blah. You can look into it. So like, say you keep looking at the clock and it constantly says 444. Okay, at 4 in the morning, you happen to be awake, and it said 444. Then at 4 p.m., you happen to be awake. I don't know when you slept, but maybe you don't sleep. And then you saw 444 again. And then you're just like, wow, what does that mean? Go ahead, look it up. You know, like, that's what I do. I don't try to look up every fucking number, or like just trying to memorize every number. But over time, when you keep seeing specific numbers, you will be able to kind of see, okay, I'm on the right path. Okay, I'm on the right path. I made the right choice because I keep seeing this repeating number. Some people, when they see 555, it means something's changing for them. Okay, 555 is often an indication that, you know, something really big is going to change for you. So it's like, you know, or for something, or a change is occurring. Okay, but there's many numbers in many different. I mean, there's 33. There's the number 44. Like every number that repeats itself. You just take notice, and then find out what it means. It could mean something very simple. And I would be careful too, because, I mean, they're all really good meanings when you look everything up. But at the same time, it's like some meanings seem to have the same damn meaning. So it's like, I'll be looking like at the internet and it's like, okay, it means this, and that, but it also means this, and that. So like, you gotta make sure you have all the meanings, okay? And make sure that you are understanding what the meaning is for your situation. It's just discernment, you know? It's like, 444 is supposed to be like safety, you're safe, like things are sound. You know, 777 means the jackpot. We all kind of know that one. Lucky number 7, you know? And so when you keep that in mind, when I see 777 over and over and over, I eventually just end up playing, you know, a lot. Like I go and I'll get a little lotto ticket, or I'll go get a scratcher, you know, whatever it is, whatever meaning I take behind it. So it's like, you can work with the universe in many ways. And no, it's not magic. It's just, you know, the universe gives you signs, you know, by showing you things, showing you objects. And it's like you are a part of the universe. It was basically, we're all created, you know, kind of in the same type of manner. So we are part of it, and we are in it, and it is us, and we are, you know. It's kind of like when you try to see yourself as separately from another person. It's not necessarily true that we are separate from one another, because we're all very similar in very certain ways. And I would say, like, what I saw as a very good depiction was, it was almost like one big body with many heads. You know, with many necks and many heads. They all had the same body and the same arms, the same legs, you know, and I didn't see anything lower than that, like over here. So, I mean, what I mean is that we are all kind of one. And the fact that we're seeing ourselves as different is almost like denying your reality, denying the universe, denying God. You know, God made us, you know, and so it's like, it's all here for us. It's all here for us to try to understand and try to use for our better good and for our highest good, you know, because obviously the universe isn't going to work with you if you're trying to, like, you know, blow up a dam, or I don't really know what it is, you know what I mean, whatever bad things you could decide to do. I don't know why I thought blow up the dam. It's like so not even a Cali thing, okay? But you know, what I'm trying to say is like you could do something crazy and the universe will work against you because it's either that it's divine timing, you know, like it's not the right time, it's not the right place, it's not your place to be doing that. It could be a manner of a bunch of different things. It could be that, you know, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. And you got to take that as a divine intervention. You know, I'll give you an example. Divine intervention. So there was a situation where a family had gotten passes to the Titanic or something. And the Titanic obviously ended very horribly for everyone involved. Okay, that's not a secret. I'm sorry if I ruined the ending of the movie for you, but yeah, everyone dies, pretty much. Almost everyone dies in the Titanic. And this family that didn't get to go, even though they had bought the tickets, they were grateful. They wanted to go on the Titanic. They wanted to be on the most fanciest boat in the world and blah, blah, blah. You know, status, cred. All that existed back then. And they didn't get to go because their child got bit by a dog. And they were pissed at this kid. They were like, man, it's because of you we're not going to get to go to somewhere nice. That ended up saving their lives. It saved them. Like, it's ridiculous the way that the universe works sometimes. It's almost like it could feel like magic. And basically, they're just miracles in my mind. It's just God working the magic, you know, because I decided to work with the universe in a positive way. I didn't decide to work with the universe in a negative way. Yeah, maybe I feel kind of shitty sometimes when divine timing doesn't allow me to have something that I want right away. But then I realized why I had to wait for a little bit longer. And it's because whatever I'm going to get is going to be even better. And that's how we have to think. We can't separate ourselves from thinking that we're lucky or we're going to get what we want or we're going to get what we deserve. Especially if it's just something that is a positive thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we try to do things from a negative space, the universe actually works against us. God works against us because it's not meant to happen that way. It's meant to happen different ways. Like, people go through their ups and downs, but what happens is things happen at specific timings. And so it's like, say something didn't work out for this round, but maybe it'll work in the future. Like, that's why I don't believe in giving up. I just believe in trying maybe again. You know, trying another time. Like, maybe just we'll go back to the drawing board. You know, and I'm not one of those people who's trying to do anything bad. It's just that I realize sometimes whatever it is that I'm doing, maybe it's too innovative, maybe it's too cutting edge, maybe it's too, you know, different for people. Maybe I'm just way too ahead of my time, and I don't let that worry me because there's plenty of time for whatever's supposed to happen. Okay? And that's the way I see things. And that's the way people have to see things. That's why if you hold on to something not happening a specific way, that not in divine timing, then you end up aging a lot. Like, mentally, physically, spiritually, you start to age and kind of rot in a way when it comes to those things because it's more of a reaction, I feel like. It's a reaction to not seeing yourself as one with everything. So you start to think in a negative way. And once you start to think in a negative way, then things work against you. Because you have to see things on a larger scale. And that is actually really difficult. Is going from me to everything. Because we are basically predisposed to really just survival, you know, and people want to survive, so they think they need to step on other people to move forward, and then they end up realizing, oh my gosh, like if I would have worked with this person, things would have been so much easier. Oh my gosh, if I would have taken the high road, I would have been, good friends with this person. Or if I would have taken, better care of myself, I wouldn't be sick right now. There's different people that have different, there's a reaction, okay? We basically are, if we don't do something, we don't get something. That's the thing, is we give what we get, and that's the energy we're working with the universe. And I would say that like 9 out of 10 times we can eventually get where we need to be by being patient, by not forcing things, by not trying to control the situation. Because we know that the universe is working with us. The universe is on our side. God is on our side. Like we're doing the right thing. So eventually over time it should show. And that goes for exercising. Say you're just trying to start bodybuilding for your health, maybe even your mental health, so that you can feel better. There's a lot of endorphins released when it comes to working out and stuff like that. So it could help you on many, many levels. And so say it takes a while, though, to show that you've been doing it. It takes time to progress from, like dad bod to, I don't know, Chad bod. But in the long run, it's the same for everyone. We need to work specific things in order to get what we want. And that's kind of how it works with the universe. The universe ain't going to work with you if you're all toxic and nasty and negative, and anything good that comes your way, you sabotage it. You piss people off that are supposed to come into your life and help you. You bite the hand that feeds you. There could be many, many different things that can stop you and can stop God from working with you. It's like that's what it is God's not the universe is God. God's not gonna work with you if you're gonna just crap all over whatever good things come your way. God will just be like, all right, nothing good for you now, enjoy your karma. And what I'm talking about is dharma. Dharma is reaping the rewards of choosing to work at a higher vibration, because overall in the long run it's good for everyone. It's good for you, it's good for the person that you're dealing with, it's good for the people around you. It's not going to cause anyone harm or problems if you're a good person. Period. It's not going to cause people issues. If it does, then they already had issues and it ain't your fault. Straight up. And with that being said, we have to understand that, if we want the universe to work with us, we got to be working with God to start with, because God owns the whole everything. He owns the angels, he owns the universe, everything good in our lives. And that's pretty much it. If we're not going to do good things with what we get, we're not going to get good things, period. We're going to squander and waste our time and lose the good things in our lives. And it could be hard to see at first, but it's almost like all of that anger and rage and hate and resentment could be very blinding. Okay? And it's kind of it's almost like giving up on yourself. Okay? And if you have given up on yourself and you feel like you got nothing, well, then you got nothing to lose by trying to be a different person. You really don't. And that's the part that people need to really understand, is that we're not perfect, we've got a lot of different quirks about us, and that's it. We gotta learn to accept what's good. We gotta learn to accept what's bad, and just, realize that they're one and the same. And it's always coming from a good space is always gonna create good things. And yeah, somebody could think, they want to take advantage of people who are good. It's well, then you lose that good person. You lose that good person because, oh wait, guess what? Now they're a bad person just like you. Ooh, okay, and you lose because that person was supposed to help you. Okay? That person was there to help you, and instead tearing them down, making them feel bad about themselves, now they're gonna turn into a bitch to you. You deserve it. You earned it. Now someone hates you. Congratulations. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you won a prize. Everybody thinks you're a POS. Yay. High five. I mean, that's what the devil's doing. That's what your enemies are doing. They're like, yes. Now they ain't got no friends. You know, that's what people who want you to fail are like, yeah, they're destroying all their relationships for me. Hell yeah. Like that. Think about it. Like you could ruin your whole life, and that's making somebody happy. that's like making someone's day, bro. And like, if like you're petty as fuck, that should bother you. That the people that don't like you are like celebrating your misery. Like, oh well, at least that bitch is unhappy too. I don't know why people are like that, but it's like, if you're that petty, like, you should be able to see that, you know, you're letting the enemy win. What are you doing? Like, I don't know how I have to talk to whatever works for you. However you need to see things to evolve and grow, that's fine with me. Just do it. Just do it. And I'm sorry, I haven't read anybody's, like, texts. I don't care if somebody... Who cares? Who cares? See, that's the thing, is as people, I'm talking about looking on a broad scale. I don't give a fuck if somebody likes me. That's not my problem. That's their problem. That's their problem. They got the devil in them. That's their fucking problem. Not mine. I don't care. I do not care. You could do all the greatest things in the world, and if you worry about people not liking you, what are you doing? What? Do you care so much about some random person who's probably not doing as good as you, and that's probably why they don't like you? Because they got issues? They got mental problems? That's not your problem. You shouldn't have to care if somebody doesn't like you or not. Like, we're not in high school. We're not 5-year-olds. We're not teenagers. Who gives a fuck if someone doesn't like you? That's my thing. Like, why would that matter? The universe doesn't care if somebody doesn't like you. If you work with the universe will shit on the person who doesn't like you. Because they'll be like, that's my homie. Why are you shitting on my homie? That's like fist bump with God. You know? That's like when people talk shit about God, and then they get fucked up. They get their shit rocked. Because that's a God fist bump. Alright? And either you're going to be fist bumping back, or you're going to get punched, you know, by the fist bump. If you ain't bumping back, then you bumping heads, right? and I ain't trying to fucking fight with God. Fuck that. Y'all can. Y'all can. My enemies have to. Because you guys ain't fighting me, you're fighting God. Okay? And that's the thing. It's like, that's why when people are like, why are you so strong? It's like, because God made me that way. You're fighting with God. Not me. I am solely a vessel. And that's what I feel like makes the universe work with me. Is that I'm literally just an outlet for the Holy Spirit. Like, that's all I'm doing with my life. And I'm not saying that, like, every little thing I do is for God. Like, yeah, I need to eat, I need to sleep, I need to take care of myself, and all of that is for a higher purpose. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and let myself turn into rotten dust just because somebody don't like me. Like, the universe doesn't care. I don't care. God don't care. Because People don't like people because they see something inside of you that they don't have, or they see something inside of you that reminds them of themselves, a self that they cannot be. And it's never too late to be who you really are, okay? Who you really are isn't a hateful person. You weren't born like, I want to kill everybody. No, I mean, unless you're Stewie from Family Guy. If you're Stewie from Family Guy, like, I'm sorry, but like, most people aren't born hating out of the womb. I'm sorry. Most children are happy little bundles of shit. You know, I mean, yeah, some of them cry a lot, you know, but that's because their needs aren't getting met or whatever. Some of them are just crybabies. But, you know, I personally think that we have the ability to grow and adapt to any situations. That's why some babies, you know, they say, oh, don't coddle your baby because then it'll cry for everything. And it's just like, well, you know, then it's just learning self-soothing. Some people can do that, some people can't. Okay? So I would just, I mean, you don't even know a baby's personality. Maybe you're developing its personality by then. But that's what I'm saying. You can reprogram yourself to be like that all over again. Pure, innocent, no hate, no thoughts, no, like, yeah, maybe things might trigger you here and there, but you need to know that the universe works with people who work with themselves. If you can't work with yourself through your bad feelings, your bad emotions, there's no way you're going to progress. Thank you. There's no way you're going to move forward. Because once you work through those bad feelings and those bad things, then you can see the bigger picture. That it's not all about you. It's not about him. It's not about her. It's about everyone. It's about a collective of people. A broader scale. The bigger picture. And that could be hard to see because we're all out here trying to get over on each other. But it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You don't gotta live the way you grew up. You could always change who you are. You could always be whoever the fuck you want to be. Especially if you're an adult. You don't have to sit there miserable because, oh, my mom was miserable and she married a man that took care of her, so now I need to do the same thing. No. Fuck no. Or my daddy, left the family so he can do this, and that. You don't gotta have a family. You don't gotta leave your family. You don't gotta be a good dad or a bad dad. You don't gotta be anything. You could really just live a completely different life. We don't have to repeat the same cycles. We don't need to be our parents. We don't need to be the failures that we've seen. We could be who the fuck we want to be. And it has to be on a broader scale. Like I said, whoever the fuck we want to be has to be a good person for the rest of the universe. For God to work with us. They ain't gonna fucking work with us if we're over here hating on people. That piece of shit. I wish something so bad would happen. No, because you know something bad gonna happen. You know that if people go into life acting like POSs, they're gonna get what they deserve. They're gonna come up against people who are jerks. And, it doesn't mean that, if you're nice, your whole life is gonna be perfect. No. You're just going to have to learn how to roll with the punches, just kind of do that mental kung fu where it's like, okay, I know you're insecure, I know you're sad, I know you're depressed, and you're just taking it out on me. I hope you have a better day. I hope you have a better day. I hope that you learn that the universe won't work with you until you work through that. Okay? And that's kind of all this is like, if you're not progressing, if you're not happy, if you're not doing good, it could just be that you need to do a little bit of work to get there. Whether it's, not being a complete jerk to everyone, or, You know, not just taking care of yourself so that you're more likely to feel good about interacting with other people in general. Like, you know, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're gonna be one miserable person. But, you know, you can't be hating on somebody who is taking care of themselves because you aren't. The universe is gonna shit on you. That's the way it works there. That's why I never want to put my time and attention into hating someone else. Because then the universe is gonna shit on you. God's gonna shit on you. They're already shitting on you by you not being able to focus on you. Like, you can shit on a bitch by just being you. It shouldn't even be like that. You should be able to hold and carry your own essence, your own light, your own peace, your own joy. And if you can't, that's not someone else's problem. That's your problem, unfortunately. And so if you don't want to suffer no more, you gotta start seeing the bigger picture. And that was so hard for me because I didn't give a fuck about the bigger picture. I'll tell you that. I didn't care. I was like, but, like, whatever. Like, I can't even explain who I used to be anymore because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was not me. I just really did, like, it was about me, I guess. It was all about myself. So once I realized it wasn't all about myself and that everybody else has their own situation and that's why they're miserable and that's why they didn't treat me right, then I didn't fucking take things personally anymore. And then I was able to work with the damn universe to get to a better place mentally, physically, spiritually. I needed that energy back, that purity back, because trying to work with all of the toxicity inside of me, I couldn't see the bigger picture. I didn't even know what a bigger picture was. I was just like, well, how does it serve me? I was just like, what about me? If I do all this great shit, what do I get? At first, okay, as a kid, you know, trying to come in and trying to be like, all right, where is my kudos? You know, where are my accoutrements? You know, at first I was like, all right, when's this shit gonna come in? But then over time I started to realize, it's been here. I've been getting good shit. I've been having a good life. I've been happy. And so wanting extra is kind of I mean, I have everything I want, everything I need. And, you know, I don't usually ask for more, but when I do, I really, really want it. But I have to realize, am I ready for it? Is this something that I necessarily, you know, that might cause issues for me? You know, I need to see the bigger picture as to why I don't have it yet. You know, it could be something that I am doing. And I don't ever think that way personally, because I always feel like I'm working on full cylinders all the time because I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries with Virgo hard in my shit. And so I'm always doing shit. And so that's basically how we have to see things. Is we're not focused on the right shit. We can't be focused on, oh, I don't look like this person, or I don't sound like that person, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. No, we need to find out what we have and use it for ourselves. What do we have that we can accentuate and shine? What do we have? Not what can I steal from someone? What can I take from another person? What car can I lift so that I have, you know, whatever, a car for the night, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter what your desire is. It's your intention through that desire. Okay? So, say I want to marry a specific man. I want to marry this specific man, and it turns out that I only want to marry him because he's rich. God ain't gonna give me that man. God will be like, no. You didn't even take the time to get to know him. You didn't take the time to work on yourself as a person. You didn't take the time to try to get your own damn job. You didn't take the time to this, and that. So then I would have to work backwards and be like, oh, okay, like I see the bigger picture. It's not the right time. I need to wait till I'm at a specific situation and till maybe he's at a specific situation. And then it'll happen. I can't be sitting here worried about, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that. I just need to be working on it. Period. And all these people are already coming in. You know, I have a lot of my own happiness. So it's like, I don't necessarily need anything externally. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been like, oh, I need this man for this or that. But it works the other way around. You know, a man, which has happened recently, a man tries to date a woman so that she can give to him materially. For some reason, guys think that a woman is going to take care of them. It ain't going to happen. Especially if this guy is like not even their boyfriend, doesn't treat them right, didn't hang out with them when they wanted to, didn't take them out, like didn't do, you know what I mean? Like maybe they didn't put in the effort to get with that rich lady or whatever they thought. So yeah, they didn't put the time or the effort, so they're not going to have that person. Even that person didn't even want them to begin with. Like, that person was just having fun, okay? And, you know, that's sometimes, you know, some people come into our life for a reason, and some people come into our life for a season, you know? Like, not everybody's gonna stay around forever. That's why, you know, I don't try to get comfortable. I don't ever get comfortable. And that's how I work with the universe. If I don't allow somebody to have a specific title in my life, then it allows me to accumulate more. Way more than if I did give somebody a title. So say, you know, say you get married. That blocks everything off. That blocks off, like, you know, unless you're in one of those sad poly things, but it blocks off a lot of shit. It blocks off being able to move to another country out of nowhere on your own whenever you feel like, whatever you want to. You gotta make plans with these people. You gotta, you know, do things with them. You gotta, you know, like, a relationship is work, okay? It takes a lot of time and effort and all this stuff that maybe someone's not ready and willing to do. So they're not going to get the accoutrements or the good things that come out of being in a relationship. And that should be fine. That's probably fine for a lot of people. Because then they get all the other benefits of, you know, I can date whoever the fuck I want. I can have sex with whoever I want. I don't have to make a commitment. I don't have to get married the next day. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I can move whenever the fuck I want. I could disappear for months and then just show back up. You know, that's like my bestie. One of my besties is literally, he doesn't even have a cell phone on him for the most part. He gets a new number every time he needs to buy a new phone because he goes on wild adventures and he doesn't even like, sometimes he won't call me for like a month. And like, he's so cool. And then he'll get in touch with me because I still have the same phone number, lucky for him. And we'll hang out again and it'll be like he never disappeared for a month. And if you want relationships like that, you can build them. It's just not putting labels, not putting titles, not giving somebody full power over your life and the things that you're gonna do. So that's kind of how the universe works with you. You know, that's why I say a lot of those polys don't work, because you're trying to commit to a relationship while having other relationships that are as intense. That's kind of why those only work for so long. Like, those are not permanent things, from what I've experienced. Some people are just swingers, and that's different. That's like, That's just swinging. That's like just, hey, babe, on Friday, you want to go have sex with other people? Alright, let's go. That's it, okay? There's different things that people do, and that kind of tells the universe what they're asking for as well. It's like God, I mean, maybe God doesn't want to work with those types of people, but you know, it's not like he can smite every person he wants to. Just zap, zap, zap. I mean, after whatever, there was like that flood. He killed everybody in the world, basically. And it was like, I'm never gonna do that again. I promise. Rainbow time. And I was like, oh damn, like that was intense. Okay, literally killing off everything and everyone, even the fucking animals. Yeah, that's intense. That's probably why there's more sea creatures than anything else, and it could just be a metaphor, but basically everyone else on the face of the earth, it was gone. So I guess, you know, we can't be picked off like that due to a promise. So, you know, sadly, bad people are here to stay, but it gives them the opportunity to become a good person. And I think that's great. It's better than, you know, it's better than living an entire life of misery and being 75 years old and realizing you've done everything wrong. You've treated everyone horribly and everyone hates you and you don't even love yourself. That's one of those things. You know, and I'm sorry if you're one of these people. Like, I don't know if you're like 70 something or whatever and still awful, but you know, to each their own. It's never too late to change, ever. It's never too late to change and move forward and have the universe work with you too. It's just all a matter of belief, what you believe in, how you believe in it, if it motivates you. If you don't have anything that motivates you, then I don't know. I feel like that's an internal issue. And I can do that tomorrow if you want. I can talk about how to rekindle the fire within you, okay? Because there's an eternal flame within, you know? There's an eternal flame. And that's your soul. That's your heart. That's who you originally were. Before you started allowing things to hurt you and change you and warp your mind about who you are as a person. You know, obviously we're not perfect, but you can always improve yourself and do what you got to do for yourself. Okay, I'm not one of these people trying to change anybody. This is just how to work with the universe, and the universe requires you and God requires you to do specific things and act specific ways. Okay? And I just saw Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, or at least the depiction from the candles. I don't know why, but I understand like that we have to work a specific way to get specific things, right? So say you want money. You can go and panhandle. That might work, but it's exhausting and it's not consistent. So most of us go and get a job. And when you get a real job, you gotta do the hours of work that they sign you up for, that they give you. If you don't work those hours, you're not getting paid those hours. You might even get fired. So it's the same thing when you want to work with God in the universe. You got to put in the work in order to attain certain things. Say you want to be beautiful. You want to be the hottest person in the world. Shit, you got to fucking take care of your hair. You got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your skin. You got to make sure your liver's clean. You know, you're taking your vitamins. You're getting enough sleep. You're, you know, working on your posture. Whatever it is that, you know, you're making sure you don't smoke cigarettes so you don't age 100 years before time, you know, you're taking care of yourself, basically. That's what you need to do. You need to do certain things in order to have certain things. And working with God in the universe is no damn different. There are things you need to do. And a lot of it needs to be left up to patience. And I'm not a very patient person. So it was very difficult for me, and it still is. You know, and, you know, that's something I am working on. So, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I am there. I feel like I could probably wait even longer. And so, I mean, I'm just happy. You know, also being grateful is really important, because the universe is not going to give you shit if you get something and you're like, okay, thanks. Would you give somebody something if they're just like, oh, alright, thank you. Yeah. Like they deserved it anyway? No, bitch. Y'all gotta be thankful. Y'all gotta be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful. Be grateful for what you have. And truly appreciate and enjoy whatever you get. And that's kind of how it works, you know? It's not a lot. And it's not rocket science. It's, you know, it's really just belief in oneself and the will to work on oneself and you know, to do good, working with God, you know, working with a good intentions. Your intentions are always the catalyst for whatever it is that you're doing in life. Okay, so if your intentions are bad, they are not godly, you will not be getting anything that you desire. And maybe God will fool you and let you think that you're getting what you want as a joke. And then take it all away. Boom, chakalaka. Like, you know what? I don't even know why I said that. I don't know, bro. But basically, it's just like, you know, if God give it, God can take it away. And so I always be thankful for everything I have. Every, you know, skill that I have. Every good thing that comes into my life. I make sure that I show appreciation, gratitude, and, you know, sometimes I do be getting an attitude, but like, I'm a person, just like anyone else. We are all people, and we're working on ourselves. And like I said, I be working on my patience, you know, being more patient, you know, waiting for the right things to come, not taking the first thing and jumping on it and being like, yeah, you know, like I'm working harder, that way. So instead I decide to work smarter, which is not that way, which is just, you know, okay, if I get it, great. If I don't, oh well, you know, it's because something really good is supposed to come. And whatever it is that's really good is worth waiting for. And that's all in divine timing. So it's like, you know, not being grateful, not being patient, being hateful, having bad intentions. These are all things that are going to block you, limit you. God is not going to allow you to ascend up higher into good things if you're blocking someone else from doing stuff for themselves as well. You can't be in competition with people. You got to let everybody shine and do what they need to do and do good things. You know, it's not your place to be saying if somebody deserves something or not. You know, it's really just the universe that is going to give and going to take. So I would say be careful, because if God gives you something really good, you know, like a lot of money or a lot of beauty or a lot of fame and a lot of fortune, and you abuse what God gives you, God can take it away. So, you know, I always try to work with good intentions. Always try to work to build yourself higher and not take anyone else down. Okay? And if you feel like you got nothing, you can always build from the bottom up with God. Okay? With believing in yourself, believing that you can change, doing these changes, getting results. it's really just working with God. Working with the universe is really just working with God. Working with good energy, working with peace, love, and joy in your heart so that you can move forward and advance. And I would say that, making the right choices is a really big part of it. If you're not making the right choices that are good, you're making choices that are bad out of, hate, jealousy, greed, and anger, that's not how that'll fail. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's things that work and there's things that look like they're working until they blow up in your face. And that's the Daffy Duck method. I don't like Daffy Duck method. You know what I mean? I'm not a Daffy Duck methoder, alright? And so I would just say work smarter, not harder. You know the answers now. You have the answers of how to work with the universe. You gotta have good intentions. You gotta have the bigger picture in mind. You gotta work from a good space, a good place, a good place from your heart. It gets harder and harder the more hate and anger that you try to work with. I mean, you could, but you have to maintain that hate permanently. Like, and it gets exhausting, it gets tiring, and it's more work, okay? Like I said, the Daffy Duck method. It looks like it's working until it blows up in your face, okay? And your beak is, like, on the opposite side. Like, you're an owl suddenly. But no, like, what I'm trying to say is it's way easier working with good energy and good intentions than bad intentions and bad energy. And I'm not saying everything's gonna go perfect all the time. This is still life. But if you constantly work out of a good space, eventually you will see the results and you will start to like yourself and people will like you and, things will work smoother and life will get easier because you won't have so much hate to deal with on top of the horrible things that, are thrown at you by life itself, because it could be kind of difficult out there. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's so easy for me because I'm a good girl, so my life is perfect. No. I'm a good girl, so I know when evil tries to come my way and I don't let it affect me because it doesn't vibrate with me. If you don't vibrate on my level, you can't come with me, baby. That's it, And that's how we have to see things. We have to see things as, okay, well, yeah, is it beneficial in the long run? Does this person have good intentions? Do I have good intentions? Do they help me keep up my good intentions? Or do they encourage me to do bad things? That's kind of what I go based on, is like, okay, is this friend that comes over, do they always encourage me to take Molly with them? Or are they like, hey, let's watch a fun show? That's kind of where I work from, is like, well, what are the intentions? What are we doing? What are we actually doing here? And, if somebody is actually, a good person over time, it'll be seen. So you never have to, actions speak way louder than words. So people could be out here talking all kinds of mess about you, but it depends on what do people see? Do they see you acting crazy? Do they see you jumping people? Do they see you robbing banks and stuff? Do they see you breaking homes apart, ripping people apart, tearing families apart? Or do you see them just, behaving and minding their own business? Like I said, over time, you'll see. And that's why it's good to work with the universe, because the universe works in divine timing with God, because it's of God, because we are all part of God. We're all part of the universe, okay? I'm not saying we are God, but we are all part of it. We're all a part of all of it. We are it, okay? We are part of the universe, and we can work with the universe. And I would say, what really works with the universe, in my opinion, is like environmental things, like the time and the effort when it comes to taking care of like yourself as a person and like the environment around you, you know. So I don't know why that came out, but it has a lot. People need to do a lot of things when it comes to the environment. I don't even know why. Like, I'm not really like a big environmentalist, but that's probably really important. That's probably super important. And, you know, like planting trees and really educating ourselves about, you know, pesticides. And I don't know. I feel like that would be working with the universe too. It's just like, you know, getting educated and more informed on specific things that maybe you could help with, you know. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't feel like doing that, but maybe that's part of something that I need to be doing too. You know, we all need to put our effort in, I guess, you know. I guess that's something the universe is asking. They're like, hey, can you take care of the world better, please? I mean, I'm vegan already. I'm vegan. I use biodegradable things. I'm very conscious about organic stuff and all that stuff. So it's like I feel like I'm doing my part, but I could be doing more. I know I could be doing more. So, you know, I hope you guys had a good time learning about this. You know, I could probably do this in less time, but you know, I feel like people are out here coming in, popping out, you know. I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are. Bye.